This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 15, and reads, "For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power."
I'm Ken Whitworth here in Los Angeles, and we start today with some breaking news. Police are saying that numerous law enforcement officers have been struck by gunfire in Charlotte. A SWAT team responding to the scene, police describing it as an active situation. They say that a U.S. Marshals task force was attempting to serve a warrant when gunfire erupted. At this point, it is still unclear the number of people that were shot, but you can clearly see from this video, it is quite a scene there. We also do not know the extent of their injuries as well, but a tremendous police presence. You can see officers there in tactical gear as well. Again, they were serving some kind of warrant. You see multiple agencies there that have responded to this home. Again, we know that people were transported to the hospital. We do not know the extent of their injuries at this time. This is happening in the Shannon Park neighborhood. For anybody that is familiar with the Charlotte, North Carolina area, it's the Shannon Park neighborhood. It's in East Charlotte. It's a residential neighborhood, as you can clearly see there, and a tremendous law enforcement presence is still in the area. They're asking people that live there to avoid the scene at all costs. You can also see that they have heavy armored vehicles right in this person's yard as well, just to give you an idea of the situation that the officers on the ground there are dealing with. Joining me for more on this is our ABC News law enforcement contributor and former FBI agent Brad Garrett to talk about some of this. So Brad, look, the details that we have right now are minimal, but any time that you hear that numerous law enforcement officers have been struck by gunfire, that is deeply, deeply concerning.
Well, no doubt, Kana. And so what you have, it sounds like, is that they go to this house to serve a warrant, and they're immediately met with gunfire. Now, maybe they weren't expecting that. Maybe they were. I don't know. If they didn't have a SWAT team or tactical people with them, you walk into these situations, you knock on a door, and you may have other officers with you. But if the person on the other side of the door has an assault weapon or something that fires in a rapid fashion, you're at a total disadvantage. So the idea that you could shoot a number of officers in under a minute is quite likely under the scenario that I just described.
Shabbat Shalom, Yasharala. Peace be unto the nation of Israel, whom Almighty these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, suspected Israelites, being the Israelite foreigners scattered across the four corners of the earth, including within America, Babylon the Great, the main place of our captivity, and we are the Most High, Yahweh's chosen people of the nation of Israel. So without further ado, as always, just want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honor to my power in the ancient Hebrew, being the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barach Kodash, which is our praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten and anointed Son, Yahweh Shai, and the Holy Spirit, whom was our strength and our Redeemer, and our light and our salvation. In the same tongue, I'm going to go to utter Mashana Kabwadium, Lahasaquanium, Shalak Rabakab, meaning double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone on down, and Shalom, honor salutation to Bayashid Abadah, the house of David. So, fellow servant Malak Rayah, back at it again with another prophetic update dealing with the downfall of Babylon the Great. All right, the virgin out of Babylon, mystery Babylon. All right, the board of wickedness. Okay, being the empire of the modern day inhabitants of Basra. Okay, of the Grecians. Okay, of Mount Seir. All right, the self-proclaimed Caucasians or white people. All right, being the biblical Edomites, and the downfall of the wicked, lawless, satanic society. Okay, which you're going to further manifest as soon as the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Shai permits these devils to carry out the fulfillment of the satanic New World Order agenda in terms of suspending the Constitution and collapsing the economy, rendering a lawless society here in America, Babylon the Great. Just as they have projected in their predicted programming productions, such as the Purge movie series, Leave the World Behind, the Book of Eli with Denzel Washington, I, Robot with Will Smith, the American Blackout documentary, and so forth. All right, so this is relatively breaking news. Some judgment that happened earlier, yesterday, the 29th, And it says 4 law enforcement officials put to death, 4 injured in Charlotte, North Carolina, while serving warrants. It says 4 members of law enforcement were shot and put to death, and 4 were wounded while they attempted to serve 2 warrants in Charlotte, North Carolina, police said Monday. Around 1:30 p.m. local time, the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force was serving active felony warrants for possession of a firearm by a felon and felony flee to elude on a male suspect at a residence on a 5,000 block of Galway Drive in the city's North Tri-State division. So this is the suspect that Esau saying was responsible for those 4 cops, those modern-day Roman centurions, being put to death by gunfire when they attempted to serve that warrant or issue that warrant. So it says here, in terms of that him being a felon. He reacted in a way in which they have reported on an ABC news report. But this is the Jake's name, Terry Clark Hughes Jr. Very interesting that he has a beard, so this could very well be a psyop by Esau Edom. Either way, his Western media propaganda is going to eat the story up because they love to further accuse our brethren, as it says in Revelation, the 12th chapter, by associating Jake with all manners of crime, detestable things, perverseness, low vibrational, situations and living conditions, okay, to further justify blaming everything on us, all right? They're mainly going to blame the prophets, okay, for everything that they have conspired behind closed doors, and that's to ultimately, bring this monetary system to a close and introduce it to this new totalitarian dystopian future, through AI, okay, the framework of the mark of the beast being the chip, okay, that they will implant in many people, as is prophesied, and those people will bathe in that lake of fire. So the judgment of America, Babylon, Great is already written, and this is just another omen of destruction, okay, lawlessness coming, okay, with an eternal judgment of Yahweh Shemeshai, from Yahweh Shemeshai upon America, Babylon the Great, all right, before he brings that external judgment, being that lake of fire, okay, within his last world's war. So I'm going to get speaking of what they have mentioned here in this paragraph. I'm going to bring out this information here. Dealing with the permitless open state carries. All right, so I'm going to load this up. It's on wisevoter.com. All right, under open carry states. And so jumping straight down to the point. So it says, how many states are open carry? It says there are 45 states in the U.S. that allow open carry of firearms in some form or another. 38 allow open carry without a permit. So this is clearly lawlessness, man. Okay, as you can see here. All right. Try initially, highlight it, before that, So it says here, 38 allow open carry without a permit. So that's that lawlessness that this devil is clearly, looking to bring forth. And this is why, and these through these moral decrees and policies and draconian measures to justify, lawlessness, okay, through, senseless and orchestrated carnality, okay, through the minds of these reprobates who bought into that false idea or ideology of liberty, and justice for all, that theme of America, which was coined or influenced by, Aleister Crowley, all right, top Satanist that these devils reverence, okay, who is known for his notorious quote, "Do as thou wilt." And this is the vibration of America, okay. Every the vibration of wickedness through every unclean spirit, okay, like it mentions in Revelation 18 chapter, including carnality, okay, through violence, through sexual liberation, whoredom, sodomy, okay. So this is we're going to grab this next precept in the book of Sirach, chapter 10. start from the top, and it says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. All right, and Esau, the soul of Esau Edom is not lifted upright in him. Okay, that's why in the book of Proverbs, the 28th chapter, it says, the wicked men understand not judgment, and this is why his judgment is wicked. Okay, it's unrighteous. Okay, so throughout the course of time of the secular history of wickedness in America, Babylon the Great, they have wrongfully persecuted, people, mainly, people of the lost tribe of Israel, including George Stinney, being the youngest individual to be electrocuted, by the electric chair at the age of 14, barely coming to his manhood. Okay, then he was wrongfully accused of raping some little Shedemite devils. Okay, which clearly, was found out to be a lie. Okay, because the actual perpetrator, was a little Edomite boy, but they blamed it on they blamed it on a Jake. Okay, then of course Emmett Till, at the age of 14, wrongfully accused of the same thing and brutally put to death. So that's a lot of blood that that's a lot of blood that you devils have on your hands, including other countless incidents of carnality and wickedness that you have associated with our people to wrongfully judge us, because you are not fit to rule this earth, because you're not ruling it in righteousness. And this is why America, Babylon the Great, is indicative of the wickedness of the goddamn devils. And that's why in the book of Malachi, the first chapter, speaks about the border of wickedness. All right. So this is Sirach 10:2. It says, as a judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And one manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. You see? And this is why a lot of you officers, you modern day Roman centurions, you cops who continue to get put to death. All right. Just like last week on April 21st, okay, through the spirit, a day after another highly satanic Beltane festival witchcraft commemoration of Shatan being 420. A day after that, on Sunday of all days, you got this guy, this cop, Luis M. Huesca, a Jake, gets shot multiple times in the Gage Park neighborhood on the southwest side of Chicago. Okay. In which a police superintendent, Larry Snelling, said during a news conference Sunday had confirmed that this Jake was a cop that got put to death. So this is the second cop in like 2 weeks. The second cop in 2 weeks, man. Okay. So it says a Chicago police officer who was gunned down Sunday outside his home after returning from his shift had his gun taken from him, as well as his car, and the attack. Okay. And he's put to death, shortly before he turned 31. Now, a similar incident happened to this nigger woman cop, which I'm about to pull up here on CBS News, okay, reported back on May 11th of last year, 2023. It says 4 teenagers charged with murder and killing of Chicago police officer who was on her way home from work. Okay. It says 4 teenagers have been charged in a fatal shooting of a Chicago police officer who was slain last weekend as she was heading home from work, authorities said Wednesday. 19-year-old Joseph Brooks and Travell Breland, Jaquan Buchanan, age 18, and a 16-year-old boy faced charges of first-degree murder and armed robbery in Saturday's killing of Officer Ariana Preston, age 24. The 16-year-old suspect would be tried as an adult, CBS Chicago reported. And this further confirms that women are not created for the conditions of warfare, okay, but rather the contrary, okay, as spoils of war. Further mentioned in Numbers, the 31st chapter, I believe Deuteronomy, the 20th chapter, and so forth. Going to the laws of military service and warfare, okay, which never pertain to women. And this is why, and this further goes into the pride and the unclean spirits of America, clearly, that have liberated the minds of you women, okay, that are the weaker vessel, to make you believe that you're equal to a man, okay, to further push that ancient queen of heaven Semiramis spirit, okay, which is essentially to promote you over the man, all right. And that's why they have made Jake they have further molded Jake into the well-known image of wickedness, including through whoredom, through the sexy reds of the world, all right, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Doja Cat, all right, Glorilla, all these other dragons, okay, of our nation, okay, that Esau has further benefited off of destroying our nation, okay, all right, through liberty, as it says in 2 Peter 2:19, for they that promise him liberty, they themselves are the servants of corruption. And this is why corruption and deceit is being quenched, as it says in 2 Esdras, the 6th chapter. Okay, further revealing the wicked nature of you damn devils. All right. So it says, yeah. So basically, when you read the story, she got off of she finished her shift and she went home, and these niggas followed her, man, because all these individuals appear to be Jake, and they followed her to her home and put her to death. Now it sounds like they knew who she was. Now that could be because she apprehended them or has some kind of contribution in them being incarcerated, brought up on charges, saying Esau's system, or they just had the Lord Yahweh Shemashai just put spirits of vengeance on them to carry out this attack. But either way, she was put to death in the same way, in a similar fashion that this Jake got put to death. All right, this other cop, okay, Huesca, that I just brought out, okay. Now this is another report on newsnation.com. So 2024 on pace to set record for police officers shot. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to charge this thing up. All right. So it says 2024 on pace to set record for police officers shot. Okay. So it says so far this year, 10 officers have died while serving and 98 have been shot, according to a report released by the National Fraternal Order of Police. In 2023, 46 officers were put to death and a record 378 were shot. Okay, so it's not a coincidence that this devil has permitted at least 38 permitless 38 states, 38 out of the 50 states, which is well over 60% of America, Babylon the Great, to allow permitless gun laws, man. More and more decrees, all right, and deceitful and wicked conspire policies, all right, to conspire mischief, okay, and utter pandemonium and anarchy, okay, in a place that's becoming more lawless and lawless during the end, as we draw closer to the end of this devil's rulership, okay. And that's why they seized, they brought a warrant, they issued a warrant, or tried to issue a warrant to that felon, all right, this bug out, all right, in North Carolina, because North Carolina is one of the only states that doesn't allow permitless gun laws, okay, because as of 2023, the updated list, was 28 states that permitted, permitless gun laws. Okay, then South Carolina became the 29th state at the beginning of this year in January. So now, they're reporting 38. So gradually, what this devil is doing is, further creating or molding this Babylonian system to be more lawless, man. So they can further justify swooping in and playing the hero on behalf of the Hegelian dialectic. And this is why when you read the comments of this post, it says, meet the deceased Charlotte shooting suspect, Terry Clark Hughes Jr. All right, it says, not his first time making headlines. Okay, so this is a way of Esau further building up a case, implicating Jake on charges and further accusing our brethren, pursuing a revelation of 12th chapter. Jump it down. All right, well, that's very interesting. Okay, so jumping down, I thought Esau had deleted the comments, but anyway, jumping down, it says here's a so-called statistic: black males, 6.5% of the U.S. population, 94% can't read proficiency at 18. Okay, done by design, by way of their segregational laws and the Willie Lynch letter. Okay, and so forth. All right. It says 63% don't work full time, 72% illegitimacy rate, 33% are convicted felons. Also done by design, prophesied in Isaiah the 42nd chapter, starting in verse 22 to 24, where it speaks about how we will fill up these prison houses. And this is why the prison industrial complex is full of so-called Negroes and indigenous peoples, man. So that further identifies who the lost tribes of Israel are, a very oppressed and afflicted people by way of our transgressions against the law, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father. So it goes on to say here, it says 50% of the male prison population, which I just spoke about, commit 60% of murders, okay? But white people, racism, and guns are the problem. You see that? So, we're not ignorant of these devil devices, okay? So, and somebody put here, who would have thought black, right? So this is what this is the narratives they're pushing in their Western media and propaganda, okay? That's okay. It's the black plague. You see that? Okay, and go into the bywords and proverbs in Deuteronomy 20:37, also identifying who the lost tribes of Israel are. All right, so this is back in Sirach 10:3. It says, "An unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited." Okay, and you devils do not know how to rule, okay, righteously, because you were not created to be righteous. Your lot is to be the remover of peace, like it says in Revelation 6 chapter, by way of your blessing, the sword, which is what your military industrial complex is further symbolic of, all right, and your intelligence agencies that you use to terrorize the world, all right, through your military doctrines, your geoeconomical and political and military policies, okay, and these nations are getting fed up with you, and this is why they're going to attack you. This is prophesied in Jeremiah 50th chapter and so forth, okay. So what the lawlessness in America is just another omen of this place drawing another step closer to that destruction before the ultimate destruction takes place. Because what's going to happen to America is going to be overkill. Okay, so this is Habakkuk chapter 1 verse 4, and it reads, "Therefore the law slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth." Okay. Because lawlessness is Esau, and this is worldwide, not just nationwide. Further confirms that what's happening to a lot of you women, a lot of you nigger women. As recently had Sade Robinson and another nigger woman get raped, okay, and mutilated, okay, and dismembered. Then there was a report that came out down there in England. This happened to another woman where it wasn't reported that she was put to death, but as you can see here, this is what happened to her. Okay, it says this is on rugbyobserver.com. It says a knife-wielding man allegedly rapes woman in broad daylight in Bentley Woods, England. Okay, a woman in her 20s was walking along Brandon Road under the flyover of the 846 towards Rugby Road between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. on Monday, April 22nd. She was reportedly approached by an unknown man who threatened her with a bladed object before taking her to a nearby wood area where he allegedly raped her. Okay. Then they were talking about, using Crime Stoppers, to gain intelligence on the identity and whereabouts of the man. When you shouldn't need that, being that you have your technology, man. Okay, like down here, you had this bug out break into a smoke shop, in a car, where his license plate was clearly facing camera, but then they're relying on Crime Stoppers as well. You see that? So this is a global thing, okay, of shameful spewing being cast upon the glory of you Edomites, okay, for exposing your rulership to be wicked, okay, and unprofitable for the well-being of people. And this is why people are spazzing out, protesting, looting, putting cops to death. You see that? Okay, problem, reaction, solution. Okay, so and this is why I'm going to bring this out. Something else that I believe was this article here. No, that's not this one. Let me see. So this is on police1.com. It says Pittsburgh police will only respond to calls of in-progress emergencies as part of new staffing plans. So not a coincidence that in the month of March, which March is the Roman god of war that these devils worship, there was two reports that of two different states, okay, oddly enough around the same area, the East Coast, dealing with Pittsburgh and Maryland, Ridgely, Maryland to be exact. Where Ridgely, Maryland, back in March, they suspended the entire police force pending an investigation. Then down there in Pittsburgh, as it says here, the borough will offload most parking issues to the Pittsburgh Parking Authority. According to the report, it will remove desk officers from precincts between the hours of 3 a.m. to 7 a.m., which 3 a.m. is which hour, okay, and reduce the number of officers on overnight shifts. Okay, so that means more crime is being, orchestrated to be permitted by shortening the staff. Okay. Says calls for criminal mischief, theft, harassment, and many others will be handled by the telephone reporting unit or by the online reporting. So meaning, layman's terms, they're not taking, certain reports, like such as domestic violence and so forth seriously. Okay. And really any manner of crime seriously for that matter, but especially something, frivolous like domestic disputes and so forth. Okay. So these are further omens of lawlessness. Okay. That is being normalized in America, Babylon the Great. All you people playing games, including women playing a harlot, okay, you're gonna have to deal with spirit adventures like this. Okay, like this bug out here, you can tell that infested with demons. Okay, and even this bug out. I'm going to bring him up. Within another incident that took place, also on reported on Twitter. So this is on Rumble.com. Okay, report this to authorities immediately, and you can watch the video. Okay, because basically, this is a story of this damn devil, Stefano Focci. Okay, being allegedly caught on live TV inappropriately. You see what it says there. And they're gonna normalize this shit because, like I was bringing out of camp, the Esau has something called minorly attracted persons, and that's their way of protecting these pedos and these moles. Okay, so this further reveals a lawlessness that's being normalized in America, Babylon the Great, which is further resulting in chaos. Okay, causing people to further lose trust and hope in this wicked, corrupt, tyrannical government. Okay, under Esau Edom. Okay, and it's going to eventually lead into the destruction of this place. So this is Jeremiah chapter 50. I'll start at verse 34. And it reads, their Redeemer is strong. The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. He's disquieting the inhabitants of Babylon, okay, for this reason here. Isaiah 24 and 5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. And it's really dealing with Jake, but like it says in Jeremiah the 2nd chapter, we have taught the wicked their ways. Okay? Being that Jake has surpassed the natural heathen in wickedness, that further confirms this earth, why this earth is out of course, because we are the true rulers, priests, and kings of the earth in righteousness, or the royal priesthood. So, being that our people are not ruling, that's why this earth is in shambles right now, because the earth was given to the hands of the wicked by way of the transgressions of the descendants of Jacob, so-called Negroes and indigenous, okay, and Israelite foreigners. So back in Jeremiah 50 and 34, their Redeemer is strong, the Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land, and Jerusalem is a people before a place. Okay, so he's going to ultimately bring that peace to that second holy covenant. Okay, and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. And that further confirms that we're not currently under the second holy covenant. Okay, because we're currently in the grace period. Okay, by transgression, law, statutes, commandments. Okay, which is why that second holy covenant. Under the second holy covenant, we're gonna have the law, statutes, commandments programmed into us, where we would not know sin anymore. We would not be capable of sin. As it says in Jeremiah 31, Hebrews 8, and so forth. Okay, Jeremiah 50 and 35. And who's our Redeemer? Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai is going to redeem us from these curses by destroying the armies of our enemies in his last world's war. Okay, Verse 35, a sword is upon the Chaldeans, said the Lord Yahweh, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. Okay? Like it says in Jeremiah the 3rd chapter, okay, the wisdom of you devils is sensual and devilish. Okay, and the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom, pursuant to Sirach the 19th chapter. Okay? This is why that's a real light that's going to fail you. It's going to be put out of your lamp. Okay? This is Jeremiah 50 and 36. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon her horses, and upon her chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. Okay? People are going to be robbing each other. It's going to be a lawless society out here when this devil is permitted by Yahweh Shemashai to suspend the constitution and collapse the economy. It's going to be a free-for-all, every man for himself. Okay? Where all that fake civility between the vast majority of these people is going to be out of the window when there's one piece of bread left and a drop of water left. Okay? Just painting that picture. Okay, how dire, necessities through these resources are going to be. Okay? So this is verse 38. It says, a drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up. For it is a land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols. Just like in ancient Babylon, this was the case. Is also the case in modern day Babylon the Great. Modern day Babylon, which is Babylon the Great, America. Okay? And that's why in Isaiah the 19th chapter prophesies how he who rides on that cloud, Hamashiach Yahushua, is going to destroy these idols. Okay? Including the Statue of Liberty, or the Greek goddess Libertas. Okay? All these Guadalupe statues, okay, of modern day Queen of Heaven, Semiramis worship through the self-proclaimed image of quote unquote Mother Mary, okay, all these Buddha statues, okay, all these Hindu, all these statues, all these idols and monuments gonna be destroyed, okay. This is verse 39. Therefore, the wild beasts of the desert, with the wild beasts of the islands, shall dwell there. And the owl shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. As the Most High Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, said the Lord Yahweh, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. And it's going to happen by way of this last world's war. Of these 200 million ICBM thermonuclear missile warheads, bringing that besom of destruction to the destroying wind of thermonuclear fire and radiation, okay, and destroying this place. Okay, thus said the Lord. Yahweh by Shem Shai by Shem HaKakodash. So I'm going to end it off in a note and pray this lesson was further edifying, exhorting to elect. Give all praise, glory, infinite honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom is the God of the living. Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Kodash for blessing me with the spirit of you this video. All right. Which I praise further edifying, exhorting to elect. And with that, my was lababal, wa shabbat shalom, wa labachayim. All right, and on to the next one.